This week's episode of Hockey Now, 3 of the Flames' top guys get scratched, and a big hit on Kadri.
Oh yeah, I loved the Kadri hit. That was awesome. Welcome back to Hockey Now, and Scratch, hey, you running a little late, Lyndon?
Super Bowl.
Ooh, Super Bowl what? Went a little long, the festivities or something?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so, hey, I was just going to talk about the healthy scratches from the other night, and maybe the Kadri incident.
Yeah, Sean Monahan, Johnny Gaudreau, and Lance Boma scratched. Healthy scratches from the game against the Toronto Maple Leafs on Tuesday. For reasons officially unknown to us, but if you look around, you can probably piece it together pretty quick what happened. Needless to say, Bob Hartley was sending a message to those three and to everyone else on the team that, hey, you got to make sure you're giving 110% on and off the ice at all times.
Yeah, that's right. Some of that can be done in the summer and not when we're playing hockey and being professional. And that was a fun word to say. And yeah, so that being said, you know, it is what it is, and we're moving on, and everybody knows now that, hey, you play hockey, be on time.
Yeah, and the rest of the team showed up on Tuesday to pick up the slack, and got a big win against Toronto. Granted, they fell apart a little bit in the third period, but
yeah,
hey,
Toronto,
you know what? A win's a win. 2 points. We need the 2 points, and we got them. So there we are. We're good to go. The Flames are on a road trip right now, actually playing San Jose up 2-0. We'll be watching that as soon as we're done with this episode here. On the trip with their fathers, so cool little trip there.
Oh, cool! I didn't know that.
Yeah, all the fathers are on the trip on the road trip here. So lots of festivities to be had, and hopefully, if this 2-0 lead keeps up, we'll have something to celebrate afterwards. But let's talk about the Kadri hit in that Toronto game.
Well, I just loved how Sportsnet did a little thing on that and showed every angle, everything that went on, and he just went through the middle of the zone, and Gio had his number and just stood up and stood his ground, and it was a clean hit. Unfortunately, he got a little bit extra in the chops, and he did go to the bench, and he had a little bit of a sign language that is unacceptable in the league, and he got fined $5,000.
$5,000 is what the league fined him today for that incident, and we also found out today that he was scratched from the game against Toronto as an injured player, not playing against the Edmonton Oilers, but he's also being checked apparently for concussion symptoms.
So how did they miss that?
That's what I want to know as well. Like if the NHL or if these concussion spotters were doing their job, then they would have caught him right at that moment.
Weidman would have never played the third period.
See, this is what I want to talk about.
So it's not working.
Because if you have these concussion spotters, they're supposed to spot and they're supposed to take the players out of the game to be assessed. Okay, well, Kadri gets fined $5,000, and now from what it sounds like, he might even appeal that because of concussion symptoms. At the end of the day, I don't think giving the signal that he made is unacceptable whether you have a concussion or not. But it just goes back to the same thing. Okay, well, that was a very minor thing compared to what Dennis Weidman did, right? But at that same time, I believe that Weidman was more susceptible to have a concussion, and yet they're just almost dismissing that as a fact. So
well, they're going to play that out, and that's going to go to arbitration, and whatever happens. That's out of our hands.
Probably
and what
not
to
going to
say,
hear about that till
we'll
next week.
Let that play out. But concussions. No wonder I fumble for words. I've been hit so many times, and just get up and keep going. Check for chiclets, and away you go.
The NHL has been trying to take care of this and address this for quite a while now, and with the addition of the concussion spotters, it was supposed to fix that, but you just gotta wonder what's going on. If you got a few situations that have happened in just a few weeks here, it's kind of, it makes you think about, are they doing their jobs properly? Is the system working, or does it need to be changed or addressed or altered? So it's interesting to hear. That being said, Calgary comes out with a 4-3 win against Toronto, and that's all that we care about because the 2 points are very important in this final race for a playoff spot.
And Toronto was missing Phaneuf. Phaneuf got traded. What do you think about that one, Lennon?
Phaneuf gets traded to Ottawa in kind of a blindside trade. Very interesting. No one really saw this coming. It's good for Toronto because, well, you're already hearing the Stamkos rumors come back again. Because it was rumored a little while ago that Stamkos was going to get traded to Toronto, but Toronto didn't have the cap room. So now that they've freed up Phaneuf and they're not holding on to any part of his salary anymore as well, which is a really good thing for them, you've got to wonder, is Toronto going to make a big trade come the trade deadline and try and get Stamkos, right? So you never know. It's very interesting. So you could see Stamkos go into the Maple Leafs, or you could see another player go into the Maple Leafs as well. Some other things I saw was people were wondering if Edmonton's going to just gut their roster.
Well, going back to the Toronto thing, I think they've got a lot of moves still to make, and they'll make them in due time when it's appropriate. They're not doing it overnight. That's not how you do it. So I think they're going to make some good choices. The one player I really do like on that team, and it's the only one that sticks out in my mind, I don't watch the team all the time because they're out east, but when I do, and what I saw of the other night and what I've seen is Riley. I really liked him, ex-Moose Jaw, well, not ex, but he graduated into the NHL, but Moose Jaw Warrior. I like what he brings to the ice, but is he a leader? Is he a next captain? I don't know. As far as Edmonton goes, I think they got to make some changes. They need some defense. Their goaltending's doing better. They got all the forwards in the world, but they drafted how many centermen? Like, you can't just keep drafting centermen. So, they need to maybe dump some out of the way, get some wingers and some defensemen, but they're on the right track, and I think they'll be in good hands there.
It'll never happen, but imagine what would happen if Edmonton was serious about trying to get into a playoff position and be a playoff team, and they decided to trade one Mr. Connor McDavid and get a few good defensemen and a good goaltender. Like, imagine what would happen if they traded just one Connor McDavid for 3 or 4 defensemen.
Are you feeling okay?
Well, I know it's never going to happen, but, honestly, you can't expect Connor McDavid to be your Lord and Savior. Sorry, Oilers fans, he's not going to be that guy.
It is Edmonton, they can.
Yeah, but they're delusional. So you've got to make a decision. Okay, are you going to roll with this guy and try and develop him as the core of your team and bring guys in around him that are going to all work together, or do you get rid of him in hopes to get a bunch of other players to make your team overall? Because at the end of the day, it's a business. And yeah, Connor McDavid's one of the most popular players in the world right now, but it's a business. You want to win a Stanley Cup. You want to get to the finals. And they've been going the same pace for how many years now?
Well, it is trade deadline month, and they're either going to do it or they're not. So are they basically wanting to go for the playoffs or not? You're right. And we'll see what happens. And if they don't, well, they got to make some major changes. So are they going to do it now and try and make a run, or are they not? And
I think they just got to clean house if they want to have any hopes of kind of getting.
I don't think they're ready to make it past the first round. But hey, the Flames did it. But with their defense, I don't know.
Well, yeah.
So
anyways, we'll see. Trade deadline's always a fun month.
Can't wait for that.
Coming up. So I think that's going to do it for
Do you think the Flames are going to do anything, or what do they need to do?
Well, I don't see them making any big changes. We might see Hoodler go possibly. Mind you, he's been doing better, playing better with Gaudreau and Monahan again, like we saw last year. So maybe he might stick around.
Yep.
Other than that, I don't really see a whole lot of trades coming from the Calgary Flames, unless they pick up maybe an extra forward or maybe an extra defense, because I think we are running with 7 defensemen now, aren't we? So you never know. They might pick up another defenseman. We'll see.
Well, I mean, they went with 5 last night primarily.
Yeah, England was playing on the forward, which
and then they went.
You
then
don't
they
see
put
that
him,
happen very
then
often.
they put him back and basically played with 5 and alternated.
But he wasn't playing very good when he went back to defense. Actually, he was playing pretty poorly, and he actually lost a lot of his shifts.
Oh well.
So
it's 2-1 now. San Jose has scored, and Ramo made an amazing save. I've been back and forth.
Yeah, we gotta get back to watching this. So we're gonna wrap this up. Make sure if you enjoyed the episode, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We post new videos every week. We try doing one Thursday. This one's going up on Friday. Unfortunately, it's a busy month. Speaking of busy month, the Rock tournament is coming up at the end of the month here. Just 2 weeks away, actually. less than 2 weeks from now. The tournament will already be underway. So make sure you head to therockersarena.com to find all the information about the tournament, when you can watch it, where you can watch it. If you're local, make sure you come on out and hang out. It's going to be a good time. Other than that, we'll see you guys next week with some more Hockey Now action.